Alright everyone, welcome back to the Study Prep Guys channel, and for today's video we'll be looking into Social Studies Past Papers 2023. This is a continuation of the two previous class we did on Past Paper 1. We answered question 1 to 3 and we answered question 3 to 6, and for today's video we're answering question 7. We have a variety of topics to choose from for this paper here 2023. This will be the final video on this Past Paper 2023 for Social Studies. So there will be no more classes on this paper, especially. This will be the final live stream on it. And this is where we stop from regional integration. I like to answer all these things in a separate because you could choose from a variety of essays. So like for example, on question 4, we have regional integration, right? And some of you out there might be asking yourselves the very obvious question of what is integration? Well, regional integration is when two or more countries come together and unite for usually the purpose of generating wealth and for developing each other. So it's basically a hand-to-hand win. But let me open this tab here so I could give you a more clear definition. Just give me a sec, guys. I'd like to give it a bit more of a concise definition so you guys could see it of what is regional. Come back to this question. The question you asked is, what is regional integration? So it says the regional integration is a process. Hopefully everyone could see there. Yeah, everyone could see there. So regional integration is a process by which two or more cooperate and work closely together, stability and wealth. So that is what basically regional integration is. And when it comes to regional integration, there comes sometimes conflict. Like for example, if you have two different countries with two different opposing point of view, that could create, for example, different political agendas. If two countries have two political agendas, like for example, we have forced past opposed system and we have so you have forced past opposed system in some countries. That's a basic voting system and political system. A country that is a democratic country that listens to its to a country that is authoritarian that does not listen to its citizens. These two countries would not usually be involved in regional integration due to the fact of their different political standings. So that is something that I really like to highlight before actually going back into the poll. So let's go back and so regional integration. Define the term globalization. Globalization is when there are certain developments, like for example, the internet, the widespread of the internet, the global bus. We have these improved technology that have significantly made the world a global village, like we like to say. In most CSEC books, it says these developments and stuff make the world a global village. Explain how any two of the following can hinder Caribbean regional development: multinational corporations, right? So what happens a lot of times is that these multinational corporations sometimes come into these economies and hinder development. And what it's asking here is, how does these multinational corporations hinder development? And that is a basic, simple incentive. When it comes to like hindering development in particular, how can they actually hinder development? How can multinational corporations hinder development? What happens is that these multinational corporations bring their trained personnel, bring their persons that, like for example, if they like a neuroscientist or like for example neuroscience were to come to Guyana, they would not share any data or they would not actually share the expertise to the citizens of the country that they are going into. And what happens also a lot of times is that the economies don't actually create their own job in these areas, so that hinders development. And it says how can insularity, differences in stage of growth and development. It's explaining here, or it's just explain how any two of the following can hinder Caribbean regional development. Different in stage in development, and you want you're doing a regional integration with probably a less developed Caribbean country, and you yourself is a very much developed Caribbean country. What happens there is that really the more developed Caribbean country will go far ahead of what we would consider to be the less developed Caribbean country. And the less developed Caribbean country will be like lost. It will be like, what the hell happened? I don't know what to do. So that is one of the areas, or that's one of the ways they can actually that's one of the ways that they can actually hinder regional development within that state region. So let's go back. Outline one way in which CSME helps to solve the problems of regional integration. And the CSME is the Caribbean Single Market Economy. CSME is the Caribbean Single Market Economy. It's saying here, outline one way in which CSME helps to solve the problem of regional development. So how does the Caribbean Single Market Economy the single market economy help to solve the problems of regional integration? And one way that could help to do it is through cohesion, by making sure that all Caribbean developments are in sync with each other. Like, for example, if there's a Caribbean country that is probably, because when we talk about the Caribbean single market economy, we're talking about Caribbean countries. And one way of which it could help Caribbean regional development is through Caribbean cohesion, by making sure that, for example, if one econ or what, like for example, one Caribbean economy is not extremely high like the rest. What the CSME do is bring in all these other Caribbean countries to probably somehow fund these what we would consider to be less developed Caribbean countries, to make sure that everyone is on the same page, to make sure everyone is on the same level. And that is that's one of the major function of the CSME, to make sure Caribbean single market or Caribbean markets are in cohesion. So that is one aspect of it. So suggest three actions that citizens may take to support regional integration. Suggest three actions that citizens may take to support regional integration. So what can normal citizens do to citizens may take to support regional integration? One way they could do it is by raising banners, voicing their concerns to the internet, voicing their concerns and stuff like that to social media platforms. Another way they could actually promote regional integration is by direct address acts. For example, um, some citizens could actually do this through direct address. And since we're here, let us actually get it from the main source and let's actually look into that. All right, just give me a second. So let's see. Yeah, everyone could see that. So these are some of the ways citizens can actually promote regional integration by educating themselves and others on immigrant integration and its benefits. Um, when remarks about immigrants, they can also volunteer time and parties and be involved in local welcoming events. These are just some of the ways that citizens could actually promote regional integration. We have other means of doing it. This is just a few. Like for example, their oblivious concerns on the social media networks, and a lot more things they could actually be done. So along the line of look through these things, and I like to just spend like a couple of minutes laying work. So when we actually go into actually writing what we need to write, what we're going to do. Explain one reason why each app is likely to be successful. By voicing your concerns, like for example, like social media platforms, it is very much likely to be effective due to the fact that persons will be more willing, and even government personnel, especially if you have a big voice on the social media networks. Other countries, when they hear like stuff you say, they could be encouraged to actually be involved in regional integration. And we have seen a lot of this in geopolitical standards and even geopolitical on social media that have voiced concerns, and it has been taken by the state and actually implemented substantially. So since we have the groundwork laid, we could actually now go into answer questions. We could actually go into answering the questions now for this piece of content. So let us actually go into things. So it says define the term globalization. And globalization is the world turning into a global due to developments, due to enhanced developments. The Airbus, etc. So globalization is the world turning into a global village due to enhanced developments such as internet, the Airbus, and we have a lot of reasons. Like for example, with the introduction of the Airbus, significant gap or significant leap into step towards creating a world that is more coherent, that is more responsive. And for example, with the Airbus, you could reach what would take our great ancestors probably like from the like ages ago, hundreds of years to travel, like for example, across the earth. It takes a matter of days, even takes like a matter of hours to go these areas now due to the recent developments in what we consider to be the Airbus. Like for example, the internet, we could text our parents, we could text our aunts, or cousins, or nieces from across the globe just through a matter of seconds, through texting, through the internet, through these different social media platforms. You could share your thoughts, and even right now, some of you who are watching me right now live are across the world, and I could talk to you, and I'm really far from you, like hundreds of probably even thousands of miles away. And that's what globalization is. And explain how two of the factors can hinder regional development. As I said before, multinational corporations can hinder development by not by making citizens or even making the country dependent on them. So they can't really diversify, so that they really can't diversify their work relations in general. So let's look into this because times already just want to make sure that you guys understand what's going on. Oh, John. So it says here, so everybody could see that. So it says here, multinational companies can hinder regional integration by opposing strong regional cooperation frameworks. So, uh, anyways, Google, please don't sue me for this. Anyways, I'm just like to say this to Google right now. I'm not just using this as a means of studying for my channel, nothing else. So multinational companies can hinder regional integration by opposing strong regional cooperation frameworks. Industries remain a major obstacle to achieving political or economic unity among Caribbean states. Regional integration is a critical factor in internationalization decisions. Benefits of regional integration include reduction in employment, better response to globalization, increased market size. So regional integration can generally be an issue because it stops um, between Caribbean countries and even countries in general. But in this situation, we're speaking about Caribbean regions in general. So let's go back to the tab and let's give our thoughts. So regional integration can be hindered by multinational all right, so let me see. Hopefully everybody can see this. I will change the color to black because you know it's better sometime black. So regional integration can hinder or could be a hindrance. Let me correct that. Can be so regional integration can be a hindrance. So or say multinational companies can be a hindrance due to its substantial effect on cooperation among Caribbean countries. So that is one way by which it could hinder development. Let me just delete this because I don't really like how it is, how it's structured. So guys, just give me a sec. So as I said before, regional integration can be interfered by multinational companies due to the fact that it can hinder cooperation among Caribbean countries. So, as I was saying before, regional integration can be a big issue when it comes back to like multinational companies because it could generally be a hindrance to like their cooperation among each other because it could be a generally a big issue. And in a later video, I'll explain a lot more into what multinational companies have effects, what kind of effects do they have on regional integration. But that is a whole other video for later. Let's continue, guys. So different in stages of growth and development. So this is a very straightforward one because if you're at like for example if you're developing and somebody is far ahead of you, it will cause a lack of communication and misunderstanding between each other. Let's answer this one. Another fact that could cause a hindrance in region integration is difference in stages and development. This is likely to occur because a different in development stages can cause a lack of communication and incoherence between Caribbean states. So this is the answer for that. So we have that checked off. We define the term globalization. We explain how any two of the following can hinder Caribbean regional development. So we have this multinational cooperations and different stage and stage of growth and development. And it says suggests one way in which CSME helps to solve the problems of regional development. Easy. This is very easy. So one way in which the CSME, aka Caribbean Single Market Economy, can assist or aid in regional integration is by promoting group coherence and what we would consider to be Caribbean coherence between Caribbean states for the generation of wealth, protection, and stability. So, as I said before, the Caribbean single market economy can really regional integration by promoting group coherence among each other, or with each states and what's not. So we have where we have suggest three actions that citizens may take to support regional integration. So this one is even more easier than that. Um, Voicing their concerns on social media. So let's go back to the points. So let's go back to the we had a question, Justin. Just give me a sec, guys. Suggest three action that citizens may take to support regional integration. This doesn't give you no direct answer here, so I have to utilize AI. So how are they going, chat? How is everything going so far? Is everything okay with you over there? Promote cultural exchange, and it says participate in regional organizations. So, all right, let's go back to the original philosophers. So, some things I could do, some things I could possibly do. I'll type this promotes regional and educate others. Yeah, so that's your reasons. This is for the last one, just like to circle that off. So they can voice their concerns in social media or voice the benefits of it on social media. Um, they can also promote regional policies or even support regional policies by these personnel, and they could educate others on the benefits of regional integration. And that will be all for today's guys. That is everything on the Study Prep Guys channel for today. And it's nice to be back with you. I will see you on a later video. Be to today, guys. The Study Prep Guy is out.